What if I told you that the bottle of full synthetic oil sitting on your shelf right now might not be synthetic at all? Oil companies have been quietly redefining the word synthetic for decades, and the American Petroleum Institute lets them get away with it. Meanwhile, engineers at BMW and Porsche have been specifying oils that most US drivers have never heard of, because the standards protecting European engines simply do not exist here. Today, we are counting down the 10 synthetic oil scams that cost American drivers millions every year. And scam number 1? It has been hiding in plain sight on every label for 30 years. By the end, you will know exactly how to read an oil bottle and which brands are selling you rebranded dinosaur juice at synthetic prices. Number 1. The full synthetic label loophole. Here is the scam the oil industry hopes you never look up. In 1997, after a lawsuit involving Castrol and Mobil, the American Petroleum Institute quietly changed its definition of synthetic to include heavily processed conventional oil, and that ruling is still in effect today. Here is the reality. A bottle labeled full synthetic can legally contain Group 3 base oil, which starts as crude oil and gets hydrocracked to mimic synthetic properties. True synthetic oil is Group 4, known as PAO, polyalpha olefin or Group 5 oils, which are ester-based. These are made from engineered molecules, not refined petroleum. According to SAE International Base Oil Classification Standards, Group 3 oils cost up to 40% less to produce than Group 4 PAO synthetics, yet they are sold at identical price points. Check the product data sheet, not the marketing label. If it does not list PAO or ester-based stock, you are likely buying Group 3 at Group 4 prices. Repackaged conventional oil sold as premium synthetic. That is the Group 3 scam expose. The label loophole is just the beginning, but the next scam targets the one specification American drivers trust the most. Number 2, the API Starburst Shell Game. Auto parts stores make more money when you buy the most expensive certified oil. But here is what they never explain. The API Starburst symbol on the bottle says almost nothing about actual oil quality. Here is the reality. API certification only confirms that an oil meets minimum performance thresholds. It says nothing about additive quality, shear stability, or how the oil performs under extended drain intervals or extreme heat. According to Blackstone Laboratories oil analysis data, 2 oils with identical API SP certification can show up to a 300% difference in wear metal content after 5,000 miles in the same engine. Look for oils that carry API certification plus a stricter international rating, such as ACEAA 3/B4. That is often a reliable signal of a higher quality formulation, even for US drivers. Same sticker, wildly different protection. That is the API Starburst deception revealed. Certification theater protects brands, not engines. But the next scam is built directly into how viscosity is measured. Number 3, the viscosity fade trick. Discount oil brands stay very quiet about this one because it undermines their entire value proposition. The viscosity rating printed on the bottle is measured on fresh oil, not after 3,000 miles of heat and mechanical shear stress. Here is the reality. Motor oil thins out the longer it runs. Low-quality synthetic blends can lose a full viscosity grade within 2,000 miles, turning a 5W30 oil into something closer to a 5W20 before your next oil change. Independent testing has shown that cheap viscosity modifier polymers, the ingredients that keep oil thick, break down significantly faster in budget synthetics than in premium alternatives. That means the oil protecting your engine halfway through the service interval is not the oil you originally paid for. Look for oils that publish their high-temperature viscosity rating on the product data sheet. This number tells you how thick the oil actually remains when the engine is fully up to operating temperature. Rated as a 30 weight, behaves like a 20 weight. That is viscosity fade hiding in plain sight. Viscosity fraud is invisible until your engine tells you otherwise. But the next scam involves a specification almost no American driver checks. Number 4, the HTHS blind spot. Engine manufacturers know this number. Oil companies know this number. The only person who usually does not know it is you. And that is not an accident. HTHS stands for high temperature, high shear viscosity. It measures how thick the oil remains at extreme heat under intense mechanical stress, exactly the conditions inside a running engine. Most marketing materials never mention it. Research into engine wear has shown a clear pattern. Engines running thinner oil under these conditions suffer measurably more damage to critical components like camshafts and crankshafts than engines running oil that stays thicker under the same conditions. Many so-called fuel economy synthetics deliberately aim for the thinner end of the scale to earn their mileage claims. If you drive a turbocharged or performance engine, find the HTHS rating on the product data sheet before buying and look for a higher number. Better MPG sticker, thinner protection where it matters most. That is the HTHS blind spot exposed. Hidden viscosity numbers protect marketing budgets, not engine bearings. But the next scam hits hardest when you switch brands. Number 5, the additive package incompatibility scam. Oil retailers profit when you mix brands because the resulting engine damage sends you back for repairs and more oil. But here is what mixing synthetic oils actually does inside your engine. Every synthetic oil uses a proprietary additive package. Some of those chemistries are incompatible. Mixing them does not average their properties. It can neutralize them entirely. The detergents and anti-wear agents in one brand can actually react with those in another, forming sludge deposits inside your engine within a matter of weeks. Extended drain synthetics are especially vulnerable because their additive reserves deplete faster when diluted. Never mix synthetic oil brands unless the manufacturer explicitly confirms compatibility. When switching brands, drain completely and perform a fresh fill. Compatible on the shelf, incompatible in your engine. That is the additive chemistry trap revealed. Additive conflict silently destroys engines, but the next scam hides inside the most trusted name in the business. Number 6, the OEM-approved sticker scam. Dealerships upsell OEM branded oil because the margin is significantly higher. But here is the reality of what OEM approved actually means. When a manufacturer licenses their name to an oil brand, they receive a royalty. They do not perform independent testing. The oil must simply pass the same third-party certification tests that any other brand must pass. Legally, OEM approved only means the oil meets the manufacturer's minimum published specification. Nothing more. Yet the price premium for OEM branded oil can run 35 to 60% higher than non-branded alternatives with identical certifications. Find the required specification in your owner's manual. Then buy any oil that carries that certification, regardless of whose logo appears on the bottle. Same specification. Double the price. That is the OEM branding markup exposed. OEM logos are marketing, not engineering. But the next scam is buried in the fine print of extended drain claims. Number 7, the extended drain interval lie. Oil change shops hate this one because their entire business model depends on you not understanding it. Synthetic oil brands, on the other hand, benefit from the confusion. Up to 15,000 miles drain interval claims are tested under ideal laboratory conditions. Constant temperature, constant load, and perfectly clean fuel. Real-world driving looks nothing like that. Short trips, cold starts, traffic congestion, and temperature swings dramatically change how oil behaves. Analysis of large volumes of used oil samples has consistently shown that the average driver's oil exceeds safe wear thresholds well before the marketing interval, even when using premium synthetic oil advertised for 15,000 miles. Turbocharged engines can reach that point even earlier. Ignore the marketing interval, follow your owner's manual, or use oil analysis to determine the real safe drain interval for your driving conditions. Laboratory mileage, real-world failure. That is the extended drain interval deception revealed. Drain intervals are marketing math, but the next scam targets drivers who believe they are being smart by choosing a premium brand. Number 8, the synthetic blend bait and switch. Budget oil sections profit when drivers buy synthetic blend as a compromise option. But here is what synthetic blend actually means in the United States. There is no regulated minimum percentage of synthetic base oil required to use the term synthetic blend. A product containing a tiny fraction of synthetic oil and mostly conventional mineral oil can legally carry that label. The synthetic blend designation has zero standardized compositional requirements in the United States. Oil companies exploit that gap aggressively, skip synthetic blends entirely. The price difference between true full synthetic oil and a synthetic blend has narrowed to less than $3 at most retailers. It is simply not worth the confusion. Mostly conventional oil, priced as a compromise. That is the synthetic blend bait and switch exposed. Blend labeling is an unregulated marketing category.